All right, here we are. We are under a week from the Arnold Classic. I'm feeling pretty damn good, pretty confident. I'm just about at weight right now. Feeling a little flat. Had a really low day yesterday. 1 carb meal, 2 60-minute sessions of cardio, and I'm just about at weight. That was the plan, so I could eat a little more heading into the show. Anyway, first question of the day is from Danny is one. You're asking, who are my 3 top favorite bodybuilders of all time? I've always struggled with this question because, there are so many different variables. It's like asking, what's your favorite automobile? Well, you talking a truck, an SUV, a sports car? Who's the prettiest girl in the world? Well, a supermodel, a bikini girl, an actress. It's hard to narrow it down, but I'm going to go with the ones who've inspired me the most. Number 1 being my brother Tito. My brother, when I was growing up, was, he was the best looking kid in the whole town. Not only, he had it all: skin, hair, nails, teeth, everything. His skin wrapped around his muscle like saran wrap. And that was at a young age, 14, 15, 16 years old. He was being accused of taking stuff, He just looked unbelievable. And he was a phenomenal athlete. The way he carried himself, he was everything I wanted to be. So that's what got me into bodybuilding. That's what made me want to look like him. I never wanted to look like Arnold or, I loved watching He-Man, the Incredible Hulk and stuff like that, but if I wanted to look like anyone, I wanted to look like my brother. So he inspired me. He got me training and, got me to be able to use bodybuilding and weight training as an outlet, as a way to manage my stress and my anger management, and it ended up turning into a career. So he, by far, is my number 1. He also is the one who convinced me to get on stage for the first time in 1993, where I won the Teenage New England overall, and I was hooked from there. The next one was another guy who came as a mentor to me through the years, again, on how he handled himself, how he conducted himself on stage, off stage, how he handles his training clients, his business, and his physique was completely bananas. And that's a guy named Chris Faldo. I competed with Chris for the first time in 1998 at the Team Universe. He was a lightweight bodybuilder. He was unimaginable when you saw him on stage. When he hit a shot, it's like his body just exploded. Boom. Just fibers everywhere. And he was so dramatic and how he posed and so passionate. And when you hear him speak, he's passionate about every little thing. He could say the alphabet and give you goosebumps. He's just that passionate a person. So he inspired me to want to be that and want to be better and want to help the people around me be better. He put his arm around me. I was 20 years old. He was 30 years old. He won the show. I came in 13th. Put his arm around me and said, he's like, you are going to be something someday. He's like, you're going to be someone. He's like, I can tell by looking at you right now. He's like, you got nothing to be worried about or upset about. You look phenomenal, but you're just getting started. So keep your head up, and I'll never forget that. And what an amazing man. So he would be number 2. And number 3 would be obviously another mentor and someone who's inspired me and millions of others, and that's Jay Cutler. Jay is another one who is unbelievable with the way he handles himself, the way he carries himself as a gentleman, as an ambassador to the sport and the fitness industry in general. He's got a sense of humor. He's funny, but number 1, his work ethic is second to none, to nobody. I don't care if it's bodybuilding, if it's any other facet in life, any other occupation. If you took the attitude that Jay Cutler does, you'll be successful in whatever it is you do. And I knew that from a very young age. When I met Jay, I was like 16. He was 18, getting ready for some shows. He used to come in my gym at Gold's Gym, and he weighed around 250 then. And oh my God, I'd never seen a human that big as a teenager, never mind anyone. And he was friendly, and he was the same way back then as he is today. And you know, he's a tremendous person. You know, he doesn't forget names. He you know, he'll call me, text me, ask me how my dog's doing. You know, always supportive of my shows, and obviously sponsors me. So Jay, since day one, has been an amazing mentor, friend, ambassador, and you know, his physique obviously speaks for itself. You know, something I love about Jay, which I can relate to, is he didn't have perfect genetics. He didn't have the tiny hips and the sweeping, you know, muscle bellies. He made the best with what he had, and that was raw grit and effort, and his physique just screamed of hard work. And it's in a lot of ways is the way I feel about my own physique. I don't really have the prettiest physique to look at, but you cannot deny the effort that went into it. You cannot not respect the work that went into it. You don't have to like me, but you better damn well respect me. And that's the way I feel about Jay. So those are the three. It's probably not even close to the answer that you're looking for, but if you go back and Google those names, Tito Raymond, Chris Faldo, Jay Cutler, learn a little bit about each one of them, and you'll understand why I chose those three. Great question, and I'm happy to answer it. Alright, this is the Boston Mass. Thanks again for watching. Now, if you're not subscribing, subscribe now. Tell all your friends to subscribe. If you haven't, do it now. Alright?